What's up, guys? This is Coach Grant with First Down Training, and today we're going to be breaking down something I wish all wide receivers would learn how to do. So I hope this video helps you guys out. Hope it can teach you a few new things, but also, fellas, if you are a wide receiver and you would like a daily gym and on-field route running training schedule to follow, check out that very first link in the description below for our ultimate 8-week wide receiver workout plan. What you'll get access to is over 500 plus wide receiver drills and gym exercises that you can do to take your skills to the next level. We map out everything with sets, reps, and also give you examples of each exercise. So check out that very first link in the description below if you'd like some more information. Let's get started with this video. So what we're going to be discussing today is tough catches. So something that separates you as a wide receiver, if you're trying to play at the next level, you're trying to stand out on your highlight tape, you're trying to stand out or impress your high school coach, a youth coach, whatever it is making catches that coaches do not expect you to make. I think as a wide receiver, because there are thousands of wide receivers across the country in every single state that all could catch a wide open pass. But what separates a lot of guys is their ability to go up, catch in traffic, a jump ball, over the shoulder, deep passes. And that's what we're going to be discussing today. So this first example here is going to be with a jump ball pass. Now this wide receiver's got some size on him, so obviously it's very easy to go up and get a jump ball pass when the quarterback puts it above the rim. But on the way down is what I want to focus on, because that's when DBs make their money and can make a play. So when you're throwing a ball above the rhythm, whether it's a jump ball to the back corner of the end zone, whether it's maybe like a back shoulder ball, number one thing when you go up for the ball is you want to go up strong. So what does that exactly mean? Because we hear that phrase a lot, like, oh, you be strong through the catch, be strong to the tuck. Like, what does that exactly mean, go up strong? That's pretty much like a mindset thing. Like, you're going up strong no matter what this DB does, no matter if he gets hands on you, he pulls on you, you are going to go up and you are going to secure the catch. Now, what DBs are taught to do on a jump ball situation is to play the ball on the way down. So I can't tell you how many wide receivers will go up and catch a pass that I see, and then on the way down, they hold the ball away from themselves like it's going to explode or something like that. But when you hold the ball with extended arms away from yourselves, that is just giving a DB an opportunity to rip the ball out and make a play. What you want to do is you want to use your body as like a shield between the defender and the football. You almost want to think of it like you catch that ball and you want to turn your body and you want to put your body between the defender and the football. That is the exact magic spot that you want to get to on any jump ball back shoulder situation. You catch it and then you rip and turn your back to him. Now, I've seen some wide receivers do this before. They'll go up and catch the ball, go up strong, and they'll pull the ball behind their head so this DB can't make a play on the way down. And now listen, conceptually, that makes a lot of sense. Like, he's probably not going to be able to hit that ball out of your hands. I just still feel like you're not securing it as well. That's a personal preference thing. If you like pulling it over your head as like a form of a shield, if you will, that's completely fine. But I think turning your body and ripping away when able to and bringing that ball violently to the tuck is the best way to not let that DB make a play on the way down. As again, fellas, DBs are taught to play those hands. You catch that ball, you go up for a jump ball, he's going to do whatever possible to knock that ball out on the way down. So for a 50-50 jump ball, fellas, two things. Let's go up strong. Let's make sure we secure that pass. Let's play this thing again, full speed one more time. So that's the first type of catch that we're going over today, fellas, because again, you got to have some kind of catching skills. Like, you look at any wide receiver, fellas, any wide receiver that's, five-star guy, recruitable guy, going to Texas, going to Alabama, going to USC, on their highlight tape 100% of the time, they have big plays when it comes to catching. Whether that's a deep 50-yard bomb downfield that they have to catch, whether that's a catch in traffic, whether that's a jump ball, whether that's a one-handed catch, you have to have more in your tool belt other than just catching a wide-open pass to be able to stand out to a coach. Now, let's look at this second example here. This is going to be Garrett Wilson. He's running a hitch route, and this DB is going to be all over him. So this would kind of qualify as like a quote-unquote catch in traffic, if you will. So when you're trying to catch a ball in traffic, it is very, very similar to that jump ball catch. So let's talk about it. Let's play at full speed. So he comes off, DB's right on his hip, ball is thrown. You see how Wilson goes up strong, but he rips that thing to the tuck violently. Again, there are so many elements that go into catching passes, right? There's so many, I shouldn't say elements because it's actually kind of simple, but there are so many, phrases that could be on your mind, right? Every single coach has got their own phrase that they want to tell their wide receivers, right? Like, hey, look the ball in. Hey, take a photo of the ball with your eyes. Focus on the stripe of the ball. Some coaches will draw something on the ball to force a wide receiver to look it in. And it all comes down to just watching the ball in and seeing it make contact with your hands like Garrett Wilson does. And that goes for every single catch. That goes for a wide open catch. That goes for a catch in traffic, etc. Because the same answer applies, because I'm sure all of you have had, questions before, catches that you've struggled with, whether that's, a diving catch, over the shoulder, jump ball. And, the answer is always going to remain consistent with me. There are little intricacies about each specific catch, but it's always about looking the ball in. You want to see the football hit your hands, see that football make contact with your hands. And you get better at these catches by repping out the simple catches, right? Like if you're sitting there and let's say you got a quarterback who's throwing to you, maybe don't have a defense out there, it's kind of tough sometimes to work on catching in traffic. It's tough working on, catches where you got a DB right on your hip because it's just you two out there. Or just maybe a sibling's throwing to you, or your dad, or whoever, somebody's throwing the football to you. You can get better at these types of catches by simply just working on yourself watching the ball in. It should be an automated habit when we are in a game. Now, situational speaking, because football is about situations. There are different situations for every single play. There are different coverages that will be ran. You're going to have different looks from DBs. Situationally, when you are in traffic, same principles apply in terms of your catching mechanics, but when you secure that thing, number one thing, rip the ball violently to the tuck. You're coming over the middle. You got a safety here. You got a linebacker here. You catch that ball. I'm not going to hold this ball away from myself. I'm not going to run without tucking the ball because it's going to get hit out. I want to catch this thing, make sure I got it, then let's rip it violently to the tuck. Guys, if you can do that consistently in traffic, that DB will not have a chance to make that play, especially if the quarterback's putting some heat on the ball, getting it to you fast. We just have to secure it and let's put it away violently. Just like that jump ball catch, it is very, very similar to make that catch in traffic as well as that jump ball catch when it comes to securing the ball. Okay, so now next example we're going to look at here is going to be this goal line fade route. So when it's an over-the-shoulder pass and you get a DB who's right on your hip, so many wide receivers struggle with being late with their hands. So being late with your hands is one of those things. Sometimes guys will overdo it too, and we're going to talk about that. But let's play this full speed. So he gives this release off the line, fakes to the inside. He's got some separation, but you see how he doesn't let this DB know that the ball is coming before it's actually there. Right? And that doesn't give him time to recover. Because imagine this, let's say we're not on the goal line. Let's say we're in the middle of the field, we're running downfield, DB's on my hip, and this quarterback throws a deep 40-yard bomb. That DB's not going to be running with his head looking back for the ball like how a wide receiver would, because that's how he's going to get turned around. He's got to time the snap of his head to look at that ball based on us, right? So if your eyes get real big and you start to show your hands and go to the ball, even when it is thrown over the shoulder, I'm not talking about an underthrown pass. If you got an underthrown pass, you got to go up and get it. You have to go up in high points, secure it, rip it away from the DB. But if that ball is thrown over the shoulder, fellas, you have to be late. Because if you're running with your hands extended, you are letting the DB know exactly where that ball is going to land. And that is how he can time the head snap and make a play on that ball. Because honestly, in high school ball, for example, if he just runs at you and puts his hands up, that's a flag and he doesn't look back for the ball. So he's got to time it. But if you don't give him time to do it, it should be easy money. So you look at this wide receiver over the top, he doesn't show his hands until the ball is almost on its way down. Because we want to give this DB as little to no time possible to shoot a hand in there or to snap his head. So AKA being late with the hands. Now, some of you might be a little hesitant on this because you've been taught, always go to the ball. You've been taught, you want to catch the thing as soon as possible. You don't want to be late because you don't want to catch the ball below your waist. And you don't want to catch it below your waist. However, there's a way to do it. You want to be late with the hands. Don't let the ball cross your waist, but you got to trust your eyes. And you know how we get better at that? By doing basic catches. Honestly, you're working with the quarterback. Just stand, have your back turned to the quarterback. Have him throw it to you over the shoulder. Get comfortable watching it in. Get comfortable being late with your hands and rep out the motion. When it comes to catching, fellas, repetition is the best thing you could possibly do. Now, what if you don't have a quarterback? What if you don't have that luxury? What if your quarterback doesn't want to go out and throw with you? You get a tennis ball, stand with your back up against a wall. Take that tennis ball and bounce it over the top of your head. It makes contact with the wall. You hear it make contact. You look up, find the tennis ball, and track it. There's always creative ways to get better with your hands. Now, if you guys would like some catching drills that you can do completely free, feel free, shoot that in the comment section below. I could send some over to you. Absolutely no problem. Okay, fellas? So over the shoulder catching, make sure we are late with those hands. Don't give the DB any time to get his head around and make a play back to the inside. All right, fellas, I really want to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to leave those in the comment section below. Always appreciate the feedback. It's always great to hear from you guys. And again, fellas, if you would like an 8-week wide receiver gym and field workout schedule, everything you could be doing on the field and in the gym as a wide receiver, check out that very first link in the description below. We'd love to get you on that. I'll see you guys next time.